Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Tool to Play presents Still Got Game with Derek D. Smooth Nolan and Joel Dude I Rock Albert.
This episode of Still Got Game is brought to you by ThinkGeek and the Craft Beer Club. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 331. Still Got Game is the official podcast of ToolToy.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Joel, a Dude I Rock Albert.
Joel, Dude I Rock Albert, my friend, what is going on?
Not much. Another week, another show, as per usual.
Yeah, as the usual, as expected, as we promise. Mm-hmm. And believe me, this week's show is barely a show. Like there's nothing going on in the news world at all. The new releases are few and far between, but we didn't want to let you down. And Tiff is stuck working. So we're just putting on a show to make sure we don't let you guys down. And I hope you appreciate it because
get ready for a super boring show when it comes to news. I mean, we'll be great, but the news is like,
oh yeah, it's like
might as well just.
Back in Washington, D.C., we watched some paint dry.
Yes, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. But this is our special election eve show also, I guess, technically.
But technically it is, yeah.
Yeah. So don't forget to get out and rock the vote tomorrow, everybody. Yeah. See, now we have time for these PSAs with less show. We can just
we're just going to babble for the next 30 minutes and then do like two really short stories and then not comment on them because they don't matter, and then it's over.
Yep. Yeah. So you hope we milk it and fill it with some sweet filler like that. But I guess we can just jump right in the show proper. And we'll start off with feedback from last week's show. Remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. PS4 Life comments. Your podcast is literally one of my favorite pieces of entertainment that I consume each week. Even better than some TV shows I watch. Keep it coming.
You got to get out more. There's a lot of great shit out there.
There is. But we do keep it coming.
We do keep it coming. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's a great comment. I appreciate the adulation. It's awesome. Love that stuff.
It's true that entertainment is, you don't have to compare TV to TV or something. Like if something entertains you, that is just as viable a form of entertainment as something else.
It's interesting, like in the day and age that we live in, for my social commentary for the eve. Like that the things that take your time away now are so plentiful that it's no longer like TV when it comes to media entertainment, electronical entertainment. Yeah. It's interesting. I find myself listening to a lot more podcasts now than I ever did before, which is ironic because I think recently we had a conversation about like, do people even listen to podcasts? I'm starting to now more.
This is good. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. They're mostly geeky programmer, podcasts, but still like they're podcasts nonetheless, where I would probably be like, I have the TV on or do something else or be playing video games, which is what I do in my free time mostly. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm glad that you carved out a little bit of time from your media empire to listen to us. It's nice.
Yes. Most definitely. Yes. Thanks PS4 Life.
For life. I get it.
All right. Liger comments. Great discussion last week on VR and pricing. I can't wait to get into VR myself, but the pricing is certainly going to slow me down as well.
Yeah, man, it's a tough call.
That was
like we said, we're the forefronts of tech when we spend the money when we probably shouldn't. Mm-hmm. I think we're not the norm.
No, certainly not.
No, in many ways. But yeah, it's a tough call, man. I'd say if you are into that type of shit, then fork over the cash, but fully be prepared to be disappointed. That's the key when you're on the bleeding edge of tech.
Yes.
Disappointment is a requirement.
Oh, it's a foregone conclusion.
You're like, this is amazing. I can't believe it's not totally fucked up. That's like the best case scenario. So yeah.
Yeah, but Liger, wait until it's in some stores and you can go there and try it. Because if you're not someone that goes to trade shows or these big cons, well, you haven't had a chance to try it. And you're just basing it on this dream that you were like, I had VR when I was a kid and it was okay. And I know this is better and it's going to be awesome. But to be honest with you, it really is fucking awesome.
It is.
The problem is not. The problem is not going to be that it's not awesome. The problem is going to be the cost and what games are available for your new expensive device. And but you'll be able to go somewhere and you'll be able to try it, and it will blow your fucking mind. And maybe that'll be your catalyst to go out there and throw down your hard-earned shekels.
Totally. I mean, I always say for anyone on Bleeding Edge, if you're even slightly not okay with that, like even a little bit, waiting will not hurt you. You'll wake up the next morning and you'll still have the $600 in your pocket, which is a great feeling.
Yep.
So, don't worry about it.
It's like if you pass out on your way down to the casino and you're still in your room, and you wake up and you're by the door of the hotel and you're like, I never even got out of my room, but I still have all my money. So see?
Silver linings, people.
Yep.
Silver
Look
linings.
for those. All right. And Lieutenant Ortega comments. Fun episode, but I missed Electrify reading the news. Not that Dude I Rock does it poorly or anything, but I like the show dynamic better when she's there. Well,
I agree.
Lieutenant Ortega, welcome to more of that tonight. Welcome to more disappointment for you.
Well, it's great for me because I physically loathe having to read the news. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because I've said it a million times. I don't prepare at all. That shit is just... And sometimes I find the news stories that I'm reading so lame that I don't enjoy actually reading them. So it's nice for someone that takes the time and the effort to actually do it like Tiff does.
Jay, a solution to that could be that you pick the news stories and add them to the outline.
Yeah, but I also don't like doing any work.
I
don't
understand.
like putting any effort in. The fact that I'm in a chair right now with a camera on is like, that's a lot. That's asking a lot.
So that's why I don't ask a whole lot of you.
Yeah, it's as far as I can go.
So beggars can't be choosers.
Exactly. Good comment, though. Good comment.
Yes. All right. Well, if any of you have great feedback like that, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And in site-related news, jack shit for J2. Perfect. So on that, then, why don't we meander on over into what we're playing? Joel Dude I Rock Albert, what are you playing this week?
Played a little bit of the Paladins beta. Yeah. It's from High Rise Studios. You guys go check it out. Or High Res. High Res, I think it's what it's called.
It's high res.
Yeah. It's a pretty good game. It's like a MOBA FPS, which is like what we're seeing a lot of. This is going to be, I'm going to say this now, this is going to be, in the very near future, the thing. And what I mean by that is there's so many of these coming out. Like there's like 7 of them that I'm aware of. Obviously the biggest one being Overwatch from Blizzard.
Yep.
But man, they're fucking everywhere. I don't know if you guys seen Paragon yet. That game looks amazing.
Epic Games.
Amazing.
Everybody's in this now.
Everyone's doing it. It's like the big thing. So, I figured I'd give it a shot. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Fun game.
Nice.
And then, of course, the normal Destiny, which is slowly but surely getting boring as fuck.
So you didn't enjoy Iron Banner this week?
I didn't. I think Clash for Iron Banner is one of the worst game types ever. It's the least team focused in the sense that, like, if you want to, you can just like do whatever the fuck you want, which most people do. And it doesn't play. I never felt like team versus team in Destiny plays very well. Just in general, with all the supers and movement and stuff like that, it doesn't create a lot of great focal points within maps, and things just turn to shit really quickly. So it's not Iron Banner's fault as much as I feel like just the way Destiny is set up. Clash is garbage. Like I love Rift. I'm one of the guys that loves Rift.
No, like I said,
team focus.
Yes, I love Rift 2 Iron Banners ago. That was amazing.
Yeah, and Control, of course, is my favorite overall because I think it's the mix of it's a Clash, but with a reason.
Yeah, it's a Clash with choke points where you know where people are going to end up.
Exactly.
Because
it
with
creates
Clash,
battles.
It creates, you need to go here, and they know you're going to come there, and there's 2 ways to get there, and and
it gives you that reason to like the biggest reason for any of those types of game types, and with Destiny with superpowers is that you have a reason to use your super at a given time. Yep. Like with Clash, it's really the biggest reason to use your super is heavy's coming up. So you can rush to their heavy and, Void or fucking Hammer or fucking whatever. And that's cool, but it's a lot more dynamic when it's like I'm stealing this capture point. There's X amount of time left. This guy's coming at me. He's got a super because he doesn't want to, you don't want him to capture. So like it creates this like cool dynamic thing of when to use supers and stuff like that. So I just prefer it. So no, I don't like Clash IB. I did it, but I didn't enjoy it as much. And Trials is now devolved, unfortunately, into sniper rifles only. The game itself is completely dictated by special ammo now. I fucking hate it. Like, when it comes to year 1 was all about primaries, and primaries led the game. And that was okay. People were kind of pissy about it. But in my mind, it's weird that the only thing to challenge a secondary now is a secondary. Yeah. You can't challenge snipers anymore with primaries. You'll get fucking eaten alive because there's no flinch So they're just like, oh, you're hitting me with a Mida. Oh, big deal. I'm just going to lie.
I just need that one shot. And yep.
And I really am hoping they get rid of this in some way, or maybe make primaries overpowered again. I don't know if that's the right solution, but that's kind of like, I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't like the way it is right now. But anyway, I digress. What did you play?
All I did was Iron Man this week. So
Okay.
I did rank 5 and all my guys, got all my shit. The huge. Although I did like some of the Iron Banner weapons this week. I
got the sniper and the
sniper
rockets are pretty good.
Yeah. It's been a while since I actually liked something from the Iron Banner.
Yeah, this was the best gear that Iron Banner's had in a long time. So I'll give you that. But I didn't get a lot of the drops were really shitty for me, and that was
I got so many helmets. It was like 305, 312, 318. Like it was a good spread of 3 whatevers, but it was always helmets.
Yeah, I got 1 sniper rifle and nothing else, and that was it. After 3 characters, all level 5, it was a little fucking disappointing.
Hey, you know what, Bungie? Don't be so stingy. Just like it doesn't hurt you to open up the coffers a little bit and be like,
well, especially now we know that light is going to raise, right? So like, why not? Everyone knows at this point anything you're getting in the game will be useless very, very soon. So it's like, now's the time to give the people what they want and let them enjoy the next 2-3 weeks until you make your announcement. But whatever. I mean, that's
why
the cookie crumbles.
My vault's full of fucking exotic Engrams just waiting. All this new shit.
Yep. So we'll see.
Anyway. All right. Well, let's on that one, we move on over to the new releases, and there's only one new release out this week. And it's not even really a new release. It's kind of partially a new release. But that new release is Mortal Kombat XL, and it's out for the Xbox One and the PS4. Now, this isn't so much, like I said, of a new release as a bundled re-release. This comes with last year's Mortal Kombat X, or 10, if you will, plus all the previously released DLC and skin packs for Mortal Kombat. It also includes new skin packs, a playable stage, and 4 new characters, Xenomorph from Alien, Triborg, Bo Rai Cho, and Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, obviously. It's $60, but if you don't already have this for the value of all that additional content, it's a pretty good deal, and considering your other fighting game choices right now, this is probably the still go-to fighting game at this point.
It's either this or Street Fighter.
And we'll get to that later, but that's, yes. So depends on what you're into, but it's not really a new release, but it could be new to you. And for $60, you're getting, 60, you're getting $120 worth of content for $60. So not bad. And it's a fighting game that really, they don't get old. You can go back and play
that's true.
a 20-year-old game and it's just the same. So
yeah.
All right. Well, on that, Jay, why don't we hop on over into gaming news? First story.
So Sony is going to stop shipping the PlayStation TV in Japan. And this will leave ripples for the rest of the nation to have to deal with. We don't know. It's going to be amazing. The days are numbered for the PlayStation TV, a.k.a. the PlayStation Vita TV. Who has a Vita? No one. Sony's attempt at bringing the Vita experience into your living room. Something no one ever asked for. The company has updated the PS TV Japanese product page to say that it has stopped shipping the mini console, at least in that country. So if you want one, you'll have to track down whatever's left on the store shelves. I don't think they're going to be going fast, so I feel like you have some time. So Joystick X and Gadget reached out to the company to learn what this means for the ultimate fate of the PS TV in the US and elsewhere. But it's not looking good when Sony itself isn't making any Vita titles anyway. Why would you make the TV if you don't have things to play on it? So if the PS TV is discontinued worldwide, it's probably not going to be very surprising. The device has long come across as an awkward compromise. It only plays some Vita games, which aren't hugely popular as it is, downloadable PS1 titles, and remote play, which to me is arguably the only thing about it that makes it justifiable. And of course, it's hard to justify as a media hub when other set tops in its price range are pretty much way better in terms of what they do. So the steep price cuts early in its history suggested that few people were even into it in the first place. Given that Sony is doing everything it can to improve its bank balance, the PS TV seems like a logical candidate for the chopping block. This was one of those things that I thought was interesting when we first heard about it, but then the practicality of it made it seem fairly useless. Remote play was the only cool thing.
I'll tell you, I have a PS TV.
Right. So, but do you,
So I bought it. I did not buy it at $100. I bought it once the price got cut to $40.
right.
I was going to use it for remote play because we have 5 Xbox Ones, but only one PS4.
PlayStation.
And I was like, if I want to play some pinball, I can have this down like off in the main TV in the house. Someone can be up there watching TV or playing another game, and I can play it down there. Well, you know what? You fucking can't. Like, I have this thing hardwired gigabit in the house, and there is so much. Like, I had done the remote play before with Tiff's Vita,
Right.
her actual Vita, and you could, you can play, boom, doing the bumpers, playing. That thing's wireless. This thing is wired, and it's on the TV, and I see the ball come down towards my bumper. I hit my thing, and it's about a second and a half delay before. Like,
brutal.
You can't have that kind of lag and call it remote play. It's just not right. And
wow, I didn't know it was that bad.
yeah, I saw a lot of after that happened. Obviously,
Right, you started reading. Yeah,
then everybody hates that. So they're like, "This thing sucks." Yes, but you know what they should have done is put this fucking feature in the PS3. Like, come out with a title update for the PlayStation 3 that's like a downloadable game that just makes it into a remote play device, and that would have been the thing. It would have been taken. You could even sell it for $20 or whatever, because that's all a lot of people want. Nobody really wanted. No one was like, this game that looks okay on this small screen, I want to blow that up to a big screen and see how it looks. Nobody says that because these games they're not made to be seen.
They're meant to be played mobile. I hate that idea of blowing up. That's why that piece of shit fucking Ouya thingy, whatever.
Yeah, the Ouya sucked for the same reason.
No one wants this. It's like
this was a remote play device that let you save, so you didn't have to spend another $400 on another PlayStation 4, and it doesn't even do that right. So it doesn't surprise me that this is happening, but and I think that the sign that this is happening in America is probably they made a shitload of these, and that's why their price cut down to $40.
Right, they're trying to move inventory, which makes sense. So piece of shit.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Next story, Halo 5 supports a community member with an in-game memorial to a tragic loss. This is the best part about this show. We have shitty stories, and then also one of them is terribly depressing. Or uplifting, I guess, depending on who you are. So the next update to Halo 5 Guardians pays respect to a Halo community member's 2 daughters, of whom died in a tragic fire. This is terrible. The 2 girls, Trinity and Lena, will be remembered by the first animated emblem to come out in the game. It is called True Light Emblem, taking its name from their initials. Trinity and Lena lost their lives in an electrical fire last month. They are the children of the player, the Crazed Spartan.
The Crazed Spartan.
Crazed. Yeah, Crazed, no way. Real name Adam. And when the Halo community noticed and poured out its support, 343 Industries took notice and expressed their sympathies as well. Quote, "It was inspiring to see the Halo community come together to support Adam and Rebecca in a variety of ways," end quote, wrote 343 Studios head Josh Holmes. Additionally, on the new Torque map, the girls' names will be set into the sky above as constellations. It's really pretty fucking cool. Quote, "These are but small gestures meant to honor Adam's daughters, ensuring that their memories are always close at hand," Holmes wrote. So, very touching story, very sad story.
Yeah, it certainly this doesn't make up for the loss of your children. Like that part's fucked up, but it does go to show that like Bungie was always the good guys of video. They would do this kind of thing, and it's nice to see that 343 has that same sort of mentality. And granted, there was personnel transfers that used to be Bungie people. They're 343 now, but it's good to see that didn't go away. That they still care about their community, they care about the people, and they'll go over and above and do this one-off thing because it's the right thing to do, and it never makes up for that loss. But it's imagine it. You can't imagine the feeling of that, but you can imagine every time you go play this map and you look up in the constellations and you just get that little, warm fuzzies there, and you're like, okay, life sucks, but I got all these people out there looking out for me and trying to make things better.
Yeah, it's a small silver lining, but it's like you said, it's a nice. I guess it's more. I'm looking at it kind of what you were saying is as a company. I know that's maybe not the best way to look at it, but it's just that at least with a community that you've poured a lot of effort into as a gamer, that they would recognize you and recognize your family and do something nice for you without being provoked to do so. it contains a lot of meaning. You know, a lot of people that play games like Derek and I and all of our friends and stuff, you put a lot of time into those games and you put a lot of hours into them. So even the notice and the acknowledgement of a loss from them, I think carries a lot of weight. In a lot of ways, I think could potentially carry more weight than the normal niceties of life. People coming up to you and saying, you know, we're so sorry. This is a tragedy. You're guaranteed to be hearing those things from friends and family on and on and on for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
So when someone outside of that world comes in and takes notice and, you know, does what they've done, I think that's a pretty awesome move on their part.
Yep.
It's a very cool thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's a terrible, terrible thing. I could not even begin to imagine what that's like, nor do I want to. But if it's any consolation at all, at least 343 is taking care of their community in some way. So, you know, there's the upshot to this extremely depressing and short show. Awesome.
Yes. Yeah. We don't even have a savior because there's no more news stories.
There's no other show to be uplifting.
There's no what the fuck story this week. Like
nothing.
This is literally that show, guys. And we're sorry, but it's go search the internet yourself. Find a gaming news story this week. You'll be hard pressed. Okay. Because nothing's going on. It's like everybody took vacation this week. All right, Jay. So I guess on that, why don't we hop on over to the mailbag and voicemails. Altius asks, what are your thoughts on the Street Fighter V controversy bubbling right now? Do you think launching without arcade mode, challenge mode, and any sort of offline play was due to the fact that they needed to have it out before the yearly EVO fighting game tournament? I think this question is severely weighted because I think we all think that that's the case.
Yeah, and it's weird for me just because, like, this is one of the first times where a competition not related to the company itself could potentially have played a role in what's released and what's not released. I don't know. I don't know that I totally think that's why. To me, that the idea of that happening seems a little, I don't know, odd to me. I'm like, I could see why they want to get their game in front of the EVO because that's really one of the best ways to sell the game, right? Like that makes sense that from a marketing perspective. It just seems crazy to me that they would fuck everyone over for that reason. I mean, ultimately, it's going to leave people with a really bad taste in their mouth.
Well,
so.
they've said this stuff is coming, but to not put it out at launch though is it does reek of this, and it's not like this game hasn't been in the works for a long time. Like these Street Fighter games, they've been out for 25 years, and we're only at the fifth one. Now, granted, we get like Street Fighter 4 Ultra Turbo Remix, Jizz Factor 20 HD, Double Fat Remix, Dope Yo Bro. Like they put out a lot of sub games where they basically keep re-releasing and changing stuff, but these games do not come out all the time with these major releases. And I'm sure at the time that this game was originally slated, they're like, all right, Street Fighter V, this is our fucking roadmap. This is when the features are going to fall in. It's going to come out just in time for EVO. We're going to be, you know, the belle of the ball at EVO. It's going to be the newest hot shit. And then as it got closer, they're probably like, oh, you know what? We can't get arcade mode. It's not going to, we either have to get the competitive stuff there for EVO, or we can do arcade mode. Well, you know, we can challenge mode. We're going to have to cut challenge mode. We're going to go for the features, or we're going to go for the release date. And that's a tough thing that happens in all companies. It happens in my company. You decide whether you're going to ship something when you want to ship it, or when all the features you wanted in that release are done. And it's a tough call, but I think in this case, like you said, that is the world stage to be at EVO and have the latest, greatest, like literally a game that's out for a week or two before this happens. And you've got the new hotness, and it's going to be there showcased to everybody. It's not a year-old Mortal Kombat X. You know, it sucks, but I think this is exactly why they did it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with games now, and I've had a lot of people that game with me, especially like we've talked at like ad length about why Halo 5 is not nearly as popular as I think we thought it could be. There's a lot of factors for that reason, and then not any one in particular that is, you know, a bigger reason. But one of the things we did talk about is like why the game released without things like Griffball and Salt and things that people had like grown to sort of be accustomed within the Halo universe. And the one thing that we agree is like, and then I don't know if this is going to hurt Street Fighter or not, but that a lot of times when these games don't release with the things that you expect them to, even if they're released later, it has completely diluted what sort of bang for their buck they had when they first launched. You're still less likely to buy the game, even knowing that it's going to come in the future, and you're much less likely to play and then go back and play when that feature is released. Because again, we have very little time in our lives for the games that we choose to play when we play them. And as soon as that game has had its chance in the sun, so to speak, to be the game that you play, as soon as that opportunity is gone, it's nearly impossible to get it back. I have done it so. I mean, it could just be me, but I've done it a million times where I'm I'll play it later, but I never do.
Look at the Master Chief Collection. Like that came out. Everybody, it had it released with what they promised, it would have been the end all. We would have all ditched Destiny and played it. That would have been the end of Destiny at that point, because we hadn't yet committed to a year of Destiny. We were, we're still in the babe in the woods phase. We're like, I played it for 6 months, but hey, Halo, right, guys? Halo 2. Yeah. It's like the real Halo before fucking loadouts and before fucking, just supply drops and all this. Yeah. Fucking let's play that. And then it didn't happen. And then they spent so long fixing it, and by the time that happened, and we said it on the show, we were like, it's over. It's probably done, but maybe we'll go back to it if Destiny has a law. I've never gone back to it.
I have booted it up twice in my life, right? Like, and there's no, and again, it's probably fixed now. I couldn't even tell you if it was fixed now, because it's already done. You have your 15 minutes of fame to do whatever you can do during that push, and once you're done, people, and it's, believe it or not, it's even happened with Destiny. When a lot of players bought Destiny, they expected this one thing, and Destiny definitely was not what it said it was when we got it. There's a ton of problems that still exist and others that were fixed. But I've talked to players that are like, I'll never play Destiny again because of X, Y, and Z, and I'll say to them, oh, X, Y, and Z, those have all been fixed. It's a totally different video game than what you played in year one. And their response is, I don't give a shit.
It's too late.
It's too late. A good friend of ours, Drost, and a couple others from Profanity, but mostly Drost from Profanity, one of the other clans that was on Tool to Play. He says the same thing. Like, he had an experience. He didn't like that experience, and he doesn't feel like there's any reason to ever go back and attempt that experience again, even though those things have been fixed. So,
and that's the problem with the RPG-ish style game with levels is
even more so.
It makes it really hard for someone to come back and be like, oh, okay, well, I'll try it. Well, I can't try it again because now
you're too far behind.
You're too far behind. Yes. So the beauty of the dangling carrot of levels to keep people there is also the double-edged sword of keeping people away that have taken a break because they don't want to have to go through that. But
no, I mean, it's weird, man.
I don't know. All these guys really need to, like, Rockstar does this right. Rockstar never has a concrete release date. They're like, we're going to ship this when it's done. And granted, once they really know when it's going to be done, that's when we get that release date. And it's usually a month or two away, maybe 3. But at that point, the game is done. They're fucking putting polish on it.
Yeah.
But they're never like 2 years out. They're like, this is going to come out in the fall of 2018. Like, they don't say that. They're just like, yeah, this is in the works. We'll show you it every year at E3, and someday it'll be out.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, again, I don't know if this is going to affect Street Fighter. I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll get the buzz that they want and sell a shit ton of games, and that won't affect them. But I don't know. That's just me. And a lot of gamers, I think, feel that way. It's like you get your shot and then it's fucking over. So we'll see.
But great question, Altius. On a show full of shit, you pulled out a controversy for us to discuss, and it worked out pretty well to burn 5 to 7 minutes. All right. Well, if any of awesome feedback and questions like Altius, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors. Remember, by supporting our sponsors, you help the sport still got game. ThinkGeek. ThinkGeek is the home to all geeky, cool shit. Whether it's, sci-fi shit, whether it's nerd shit, whether it's caffeinated candy and other shit, it doesn't matter. ThinkGeek has all the stuff you love. Everybody shops at ThinkGeek. So if you're going to go and shop at ThinkGeek, just go to tooltoplay.com/geek and then shop there. Don't just go to thinkgeek.com. You always think of us first. Tooltoplay.com/geek. It will take you and guarantee you the best deals that ThinkGeek has at that time will come from our link. Our link is constantly updated to make sure you are getting the best savings possible from ThinkGeek. So you're going to buy something there, get a gift for someone, get something for yourself, tooltoplay.com/geek. Also, the Craft Beer Club. Now, a lot of you out there like beer. I'm a vodka guy, and there's no the craft vodka club. But if there was, I certainly would subscribe to it. But beer people, you guys are out there. You're the majority because that's America's drink. So if you're into craft beer, you like microbreweries, you like these small things, but you don't know what's out there. You know what's in your area, but there's so many craft breweries now. You can't know it all. So what the Craft Beer Club does is they curate this for you. Each month, they pack up a 12-pack of beer mixed from all different kinds of microbreweries, and they send it off to you right to your house. You don't have to go anywhere. It just shows up at your door, and you get some free pint glasses with the deal. And it's not a bad deal at all. Like if you're a beer person, this is the easiest way to try out a bunch of new beers that someone already has taken and been like, this chocolate marijuana stout. Oh, this tastes like shit. Get rid of that. Like they've already cut out the novelty ones, and you're getting only the best of craft beers. So go there. You can sign up for 1 month. You can sign up for 3 months. You can sign a year. You can give it to someone else. So if you're into craft beer or someone you love or know is, go to tooledtoplay.com/beer and buy it that way. And that will give you the best possible deals from the Craft Beer Club. So tooledtoplay.com/geek, tooledtoplay.com/beer, and do it up. And if you want to sponsor us, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooledtoplay.com. You tell us what you're selling. We'll tell you you're going to pay us. We'll sell it. You pay us. Boom. Done. All right. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related at twitter.com/tool-to-play. Everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. King of the fucking internet, out of everything that's fucking holy at twitter.com/Derek Nolan.
And you can find me at twitter.com/dude-I-rock.
Facebook the fuck out of us. Facebook.com/tool-to-play. Facebook.com/Derek Nolan.
Facebook.com/dude-I-rock.
We got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool-to-play. That is the place to find all of Tool to Play's archive video content, whether it's shows like Still Got Game that come out every week, fucking like clockwork, or our past legacy shows like Thick and Thin with LB Duty featuring I6 Hitman. Whether it's a special show that Hit does that's coming back, I believe next week. I think Hit said it's coming back. That's Hit's motherfucking quick hits. Or for those of you uninformed, it's Hit's Quick Hits. And that's coming back next week, I think. So
there might be a show tomorrow too. I think.
It could be tomorrow night. I have no idea. That's the live show, but the archive footage of all Hits Quick Hits will be right here on youtube.com/tool-to-play. So go there and subscribe and show Hitman a little love because he produces a lot of content and he is really, really, really excited to bring back Hits Quick Hits. And then you get the crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Like he talks, like sometimes it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting ready for bed and I got a text from Hit. Remember when I was doing quick hits? Oh, I missed that so bad. And I'm like, yeah, I know, bro. So is the world. And then we had that time where it was trending on Twitter, #1 trending hashtag on Twitter for at least 5 or 6 hours when you guys all said, bring back Hits Quick Hits. So it is definitely coming back soon. You guys are going to fucking love it. But youtube.com/tool-to-play. Also, please rate and review this podcast in iTunes. Give us 5 stars, write up a little review. I'm going to give you a sample review, something you should write. I love this podcast. It's amazing. Produced wholly awesomely by Hitman of Hits Quick Hits fame. And, I can't get enough of it. I listen to it every week in the car. And it is, I still can't get over the production value of this show. It is produced better than any podcast I listen to, and that's probably thanks to super producer I6 Hitman. Blah blah blah. Now this review may or may not be real. It may or may not have been written by Hit, but either way, it is an awesome iTunes review. So that's what we need is a 5-star review, and then write up something nice. Talk about us. Talk about Hit. Talk about Tiff when she's here, and show us a little love. We also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/tool-to-play. That is the place to find all of Tool to Play's live content. We stream games. We stream this show. We stream, if Thick and Thin with LB Duty featuring Hitman ever comes back, that'll be there. When Hit does Quick Hits, or as we prefer to call it, Hits. When that comes back, that'll be streaming on twitch.tv/tool-to-play. So there's 2 buttons there under me right now. One of the buttons says follow. That's a cool button. Definitely do that. Because that'll let you know whenever we're live and we'll be doing shit. But there's also buttons that says subscribe. And that is the direct way to support this show. Like, if you don't want to order from ThinkGeek, tool-to-play.com/geek. You don't want to order a beer subscription, tool-to-play.com/beer. Go there and subscribe. And for the cheap value of $4.99, less than 2 cups of coffee in a month, you can help this show and provide directly to us. So go there, subscribe, and help us out. It would mean a fuck of a lot to us. And before we finish up, I want to remind you can join us each and every Monday night here, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/Tool to Play. And on that, Jay, why don't we wrap this episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Joel. Do that, Rock Albert.
And the streak continues, just like always. Ha, ha, ha. Yep.
All day.